Hello everyone and welcome to this video. My name is Hayden Davidson and I am very happy to invite you into this video. Now in this video I am going to explain how step by step you can start selling with online arbitrage. Now just before we dive in, just as a disclaimer, I'm not an expert, I'm not a guru, I've just gone VAT registered, I've been doing this almost a year now, and yeah, I'm starting to earn some nice money from it. Not millions, not tens of thousands each month, but some money from it, a regular sustainable amount of money from it, and certainly to start with that should be the main goal. So I just thought I'd explain in this video my strategy on how you should get started step by step. And just before we go in as well, let me just confirm some doubts that you may be having, because I know I had some doubts when I started this business. So I'm just gonna run over some of them doubts that I had now, just to confirm with you those doubts and whether they're accurate or not. Now, when I started, I thought that Amazon was either too good to be true, as in too easy, or it was some sort of get-rich-quick scheme that wasn't possible, or I was missing a massive opportunity. The answer to that question is kind of what you make it. Let me explain. Amazon is a huge opportunity, but online arbitrage in particular, because I don't do the other method yet, so I can't actually talk about them, it is saturated. There's no doubt about it. In the UK, it is saturated. However, right, so if you hear people talking bad about it, okay, it does still work, by the way, but it is saturated in some ways. The reason that's okay, though, is because there's a lot more strategies that you can implement within the online arbitrage space that are still very profitable. And normal OA is profitable, it's just more competition. But just to confirm, the opportunity is still well and truly there. It is still well and truly possible. The only catch is that your margins may be quite small if you are doing regular online arbitrage. But let me clarify once again. Once you get into this game, you will understand what I'm saying here. But online arbitrage itself is still a huge opportunity in 2020, and we're just about to go into 2021. Don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. If they do tell you otherwise, then there's a few things that could be happening. Either they've only started it for 3 or 4 months and they gave up after some time because of the competition, right? Or they haven't discovered these other methods within OA. I cover some of them in my other videos that you need to do as sort of layer strategies to make sure you've got your regular income and the regular sales coming in. Now, it's still an opportunity, and whether you're sitting on the fence thinking, does this even work? Shall I even bother getting started? I just want to confirm that yes, it does work, and yes, I was in your same boat, looking through YouTube videos, wondering whether the opportunity was real. It is real. If you want any more clarification or a chat with me for absolutely free, I don't do coaching or anything like that. Just find me on Facebook. My group's below in the links, and I'm happy to chat with you. So that being said, let's clear up any doubts, clear up anything like that. Let's just dive in on how you actually get started, because it's actually quite simple. It's actually quite simple. But the difference is, like any business, you've just got to stick in the game for long enough. It took me about 8 or 9 months to start to get the hang of this business properly. So if you haven't got any patience whatsoever, then don't bother starting, because it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a real business. I've just gone VAT registered. It's a real business. But if you're not willing to have the patience to stick around and learn the little things, the little cracks all over the business so that you can start to win, essentially, then don't bother starting. Because it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not easy, but it is possible, and it is a real business. So now we've cleared that up, let's dive in. The reality is, right, you can go to online stores right now, so Wilko, Sainsbury's, Tesco, etc., and you can scan deals, and you can install a little app called Amazonian Right Click, use that, or just open up a new tab, but that's what the app does for you. And you go onto the new Amazon, you go onto the Amazon page on the website, and you see if it's selling at a higher price. So all the deals you're buying from the retailers are at a lower price in the sale not always, but most of the time in the sale, and you're opening up a new tab on Amazon and you're seeing if the price is higher. And if it's higher, there's a possibility that you could sell that item. Now, obviously, there's things you need to do on top of that, and I've got the software that I use in the links below, but it's not necessary to start with necessarily if you want to save your money, right? But you've got to use some sort of analysis tool. So you need to use, probably I would just say, install Keeper to start with before you start. You know, if you want to go in, the best thing to do is to get Keeper or just to get BuyBot Pro, so it's got a Keeper graph in it, right? You need one of them two ideally. You need at least one of them two, I would say. And you need to analyse the deal to see if it is profitable moving forwards. Now, I've got some more videos below talking about how to do that. So you look at the retailers. That's the base thing. I would say reverse sourcing from Amazon. So looking at other people's shops and then opening up a tab the other way around onto Google and checking the price there, seeing if you can get any deals. That's what I prefer doing. Once again, videos below how to do this. There's no, there's no fluff here. Like, everything is down below on how to do this, right? So but essentially you're finding deals from retailers. On online arbitrage, it's finding deals from retailers and seeing if the price is higher on Amazon. There's nothing else to it. It is that simple. But the thing you've got to master is reading a Keeper graph or reading the BuyBot Pro graph, whatever it is, right? Whatever tool you use. I use both, by the way. But I use Keeper to read the actual analysis. BuyBot Pro I use to check out my profit as a calculator. But you can use the Amazon calculator for free on Google if you just want to test it out. But beware, there's 20% VAT on their fees that they don't account for there. So you've got to make sure you add that on. That's the premise of the whole business. It's as simple as that, right? So once you've found a possible deal, find a few deals. Once you've found a few possible deals that may work for you in this business, you need to check if they're profitable. You need to go back on the Keeper graph, check the graph, right? Loads of videos below. And you've just got to get used to this process. I wouldn't even buy anything at this stage. Just get used to that process. Watch as many YouTube videos as you can. Get used to the whole process. And then once you feel confident enough, just start buying 1, 2, max 5. But to start with, just buy 1 or 2 of each of these items. And if we're going to do FBA, which is generally what most people do in online arbitrage, so I'm going to talk about it because that's what I do, then you buy a few products from multiple stores that you've done your analysis on for all of this time. You're buying products from multiple stores. Get it delivered to your house to start with. Use a prep center later, but get it from your house to start with. Get it delivered. Add the Acin to Amazon. Okay, so you need to find the deal. The Acin is in the search bar at the top, right? It's 8 digits usually, or it's at the bottom of the description page. You find the Acin, you type that into the Amazon, you add the product, and then you create a shipment plan, right? You just create a shipment plan for that product, and then you're sending a load in one box, in the UPS box, at a discounted rate. When you've got an Amazon seller account, you're sending them all in, and if you've done your due diligence right, which I can't obviously emphasize enough is the most important thing, once you've done your due diligence, it will sell when it hits, or it will sell a week later, or it will sell a month later, depending on what sort of deal you've gone for, how fast it's going to sell, and then you rinse and repeat the process. So I've done that process multiple times. I've got about 222 SKUs, I think, which is different variations of products, and I sit here and let the sales happen. Now, I don't usually show my sales figures, but just for anyone that is skeptical, I'll just show you my last 30 days. There we go. Okay, so let's don't know if you can see that. Can't really see it. You can't see it there, unfortunately. It's pixelated out, but it's 19,600 in the last 30 days sales that I've done doing that exact process. And once you stick to it, once you get used to it, once you learn to master the Keeper graph, once you learn to master these areas of business, you start to find different strategies of items. Are you going to do faster selling items at lower profit, higher selling items at higher profit items selling slower? Do you want to create your own bundles, your new listings with less competition? Do you want to do your normal vanilla OA? Do you want to go and hire a VA to get you deals that a lot of people aren't doing? Do you want to source deals that are really, really hidden, essentially? So there's just one other seller in competition. You may sell 5 a month, but you'll make a lot more profit than jumping on everyone else. There's 30 sellers on a listing. There's so many opportunities, but the thing where people get wrong when they give this business up and they say it doesn't work and they say it's rubbish is because they haven't stuck around long enough to learn all these layer strategies and to learn that actually over time, the only thing that is important to scale this business is more products. Now, a lot of people won't agree with that, but most issues in this business, 95% of the time, the issue of why people aren't getting sales or anywhere near the sort of sales that I'm getting, and mine aren't much compared to bigger sellers in my groups, by the way, in my group and other people's groups, I'm just touching the surface, right? The reason is because they don't understand that all of their issues in this business can be solved by more stock. So it's simply rinsing and repeating the process that I just said. It's as simple as that. Don't overthink it. Don't think it don't work. Don't listen to all the negative people. Although some of their videos are valid, it's usually because they haven't stuck around long enough to understand all these different strategies and the effects of the compound effect when you stick to a business and get the results going over time. So that is it, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll speak to you soon. Reach out if you need me. My group is in the link below. It's my Facebook group. And I'll speak to you soon.